Right, today is day 2 of the Get Confident, Get Seen, Get Clients Challenge. So obviously it's only 8 o'clock, so we're just going to give it like a minute or so for everyone so they can start attending live. Let me just go to my page so I can see you when you're here. I can't see myself being live. I normally can. Let me just refresh my face. So we're just going to give it a second, just because, again, I don't know how many of you can actually come and attend live. So we're going to get started, and whoever catches the replay, then they will catch the replay, whatever, right? So hello, everyone. My name is Rudnicka, and as you know, I help women let go of their emotional breaks so they can take the necessary action to grow their life and their businesses. And so if you're struggling with confidence, or if you want to be seen online and you're not quite sure how to do it and how to get confidence to do that, then you are in the right place to get educated yourself about it. And so as you are coming on live, just make sure that you are introducing yourself. You can post what takeaways you've had from yesterday as well. So yesterday we talked about what is true confidence, right? And we kind of really discussed those misconceptions, as in, like, we believe that there are some people who have those like confident traits, but yet we are not those people. And we believe that they have something that we don't have, and that for some reason, we can't be that person, right? But at the same time, we kind of talked about it, that we know that from science. And there is enough proof. It's not me just being so super smart, right? We know this from science, that confidence really can be self-generated, and it is mostly self-generated, right? So again, whoever is watching, just come and say hello as you're coming in, right? So we know that confidence is really self-generated, and we can come. Hello to everyone who's kind of starting to attend. People are starting to come now. Confidence, as we talked about it yesterday, it can be self-generated, and it's not some sort of a trait that all the people have. In fact, whatever qualities that we're seeing in other people, we can have them too. And so whatever were takeaways that you got from yesterday, make sure that you share them in the group as well. Make sure that you complete your worksheet. And I'm really, oh, hi, Rona, lovely to meet you, lovely. And today is going to be really different. Today, I really would like to invite you to participate and take your time to kind of answer the questions in the comments. And the reason for that is that I want it to be a little bit more of a workshop. So just remember that this is a safe space. If I ask you a question, I ask you to comment below what your answer is. No one will see whatever it is that you're typing, other than people who are in this group, right? So that's one thing that I will really... Hi, Veronica. Hi, lovely. So whatever it is I'm asking you to do, please, this is the time. My intention for this workshop is for you to really benefit from it. Of course, I want to entertain you as well, right? But if you really want to benefit from it, then it's time to step up and start taking part and really answering those questions. Obviously, you would have received your worksheet from day 2, which is fine. But you really have an opportunity to kind of have me coach you through this live. And so when I will be asking you some questions today, and there will be a little bit of silence for you to focus and type your questions, make sure that you do that. As I said, this is a safe space. No one will see you do that. And all the women are in this group for the same reason. They hate to let go of their breaks and, make shit happen, right? And so whatever it is that you're struggling with, or whatever question you have, just know that there is someone else who is struggling just as much you do, and there is no judgment here whatsoever. So with that being said, let's dive into day number 2. And today we are starting really to examine the reality of where you are right now. Because here is the thing. The first step to change is having self-awareness, right? If I don't know that I have got an issue with confidence, how can I work on it, right? But knowing that you've registered for this training, for this workshop, you already have that, right? No worries, Isa, okay? What I was just saying, Isabella, is that try to really participate in the comments today, because I will be asking you questions that will set the foundation for you to then transform your fears tomorrow in the next day. So, you know, this is a safe space. If I ask you a question, take your time to answer those questions and really participate, not just watch me, as much as I might be, you know, entertaining, right? So here is the thing, you know, here is the step-by-step process to change. Number one, as I said, you need to examine the present. Where do you see your confidence show up in your life and business? So again, this is something when you can start typing now, as in like, how do you see it? How do you see it show up? Do you see it show up? Is it for you in your personal life, as in like you want to go out and meet men and you can't because you're scared of it? Or is it, for most of you, you're building businesses? So is it something that you, let me ask you this question from the other side, from the other angle. If you were at your most confident, what would you do in your business differently? Would you post live videos? Would you connect with more people? Would you write blog posts? Would you get yourself being interviewed on the podcast? What would you do? Right? And so how do you know that you're low on confidence? Is it a feeling that you have? So for example, is it the fact that you've got a notebook and there is lots of stuff that you want to do? So for example, you might have on your to-do list, okay, so today I'm going to call my potential clients that I had a session with last month, and I'm going to offer them to work with me. But yet you are too scared to do this. This is how this is showing up? There you go. So Sue is saying, I'd be all over social media on a consistent basis. I'd be out networking. When confidence goes, it all stops. That's brilliant to know, right? But here is the thing. We're going to go really deep today, okay? So Sue, if I were to ask you, when you say this word, as in like when confidence stops, what does that mean? What is the fear about? Is it that they will say something to you, or is it that that no one will respond to your post on social media? Like what is the actual, lack of confidence or the fear about? So ask yourself those questions. Obviously there will be a worksheet as well, but I really would like to encourage you to participate live. Yes, so Rona is saying judgment is the fear for me. Again, Rona, I need you to go deeper with this and let's start clarifying, because it's very easy to kind of say the ambiguous thing of like, I'm scared of being judged. But let's face it, we're going to be brave women today. So when you say that you're being scared of being judged, if they were to judge you, what would they say? For me, for a very long time, my fear of judgment would be they will laugh at my accent. They will not trust me because I've got a strange surname. I really had this stupid thing that no one would purchase from me because everyone who's online is American and they have brilliant accents. And I had it stuck in my head like a broken record that no one would buy from me just because of my accent or because of my surname. Isabella, I'm too emotional. Again, we're gonna have to, dig a little bit deeper. I really would want you to invite you to open up. What is it that you're too emotional about? What are the emotions about? Is it that you post hi Jill, no worries. Jill, just to very quickly explain to you, we are doing more of a workshop style today, okay? So I'm really encouraging women to participate in the comments and tell me what it is that the confidence, the lack of confidence, how is it showing up? To go ahead and start typing that as well. So all of that, it could be that someone else has posted something and I see it and I don't think as good at, so I just stop, okay? It could be I've taken something the wrong way, I might just be a look, okay? You look stupid. Okay, cool. So here is the thing. We need to be bringing it up, It's only that you can start transforming all of those things whatever it is that you're typing it right now, I want you to then go back with your worksheets tonight and fill that in as well. But now, by you being brave, I'm really participating here in the comments. This is the start of you really facing the reality of what it means to have a low confidence, so to speak. Veronica, not being articulate and inspiring enough in my message. Yeah, I get that. This is a common fear as well. So, you know, when they, then I went, so as my little dog got lost, then I thought of being bigger. The whole thing I turned out to again and had much better afternoon after getting what? I can't see more. Yes, so Paulina doesn't have to overcome of public speaking. Okay, Paulina, we will definitely get to that. But my question is, what about public speaking specifically scares you? What emotions do you have coming up? Is it like, you know, fear of like laughter? Can you see the whole room laughing at you? Can you see them throwing stuff at you? What is it? We need to start, you know, putting really kind of going and digging. And well done, because you're doing so beautifully. I don't think I'm good enough. Fear of failure even when I'm achieving lots. Yes, no one will be interested in what I have to say. It's hard to control my emotions when sharing story with others, so public speaking becomes difficult. Okay, so again, what does it mean that it's hard for you, Isabella, to control your emotions? Does that mean that if you are sharing story with others, you best start crying? And again, I'm only asking those questions because we want to clarify. You can't break the pattern if you don't know clearly what it is. And by the way, I hope that you really like this. This is intense, but I really want to praise you all for participating, because this is, you know, I want this challenge to be really beneficial to you. I don't want you to just watch me and me being the star or whatever. Yes, I do end up in tears. Okay, cool. At least you've got a clarity, right? So you ending up in tears. Okay, Jill, I don't know if I'm good enough. Okay, so here is the thing. What I'm seeing here as an underlying kind of, you know, what I'm hearing. Okay, they will judge me. I don't think I'm good enough, and that sort of stuff. I want to start asking. You know, I want to ask you now. Hold on, I've got some really good questions. Now we're going to hit it from a different angle. So now that you've said, thank you so much. So this is exactly what I want this to be. I want us to interact because, you know, I want to coach you live through those things. So today we are bringing up the crap to the, you know, reality, and tomorrow we will be transforming those things. Today, it may be uncomfortable. We will be just bringing a lot of stuff up. And then again, I just want to remind you that no one else can see those comments unless they are in this group. And if they are in this group, then that means that they're supportive. So next question is this. What price are you paying, whether that's in your life or in your business, by playing small? So, for example, Isabella, you said that you being too emotional. So, is it important that you share your story? And what price are you paying by not being able to share your story? Because let me tell you something, your story doesn't belong to you. Your story has been given to you so it can inspire others, right? So, what price are you paying by keeping yourself small, as in like hearing the truth of what it is that you're being scared of? Judgment means they see me as incompetent, or does she really know what she's talking about? This is a very valid one, Rona, I agree. So here is the thing. Everything that what you've talked about today is true to you right now, which means that while you're stuck in that pattern of fear of like, oh, will they say if I'm competent or not competent? That's true for you right now. But again, my question is, what is the price that you're paying? Hi, Margie, lovely. And if you can't come up with any answers, because I don't see any answers coming out, I'll try not to talk too fast so you can have the time to type. price I'm paying is I lose out being my authentic self and I don't get a chance to share my talent gifts to others. Very good, Rona. Very, very good. Hi, Margie. Hi. Margie, what we're doing tonight is that we're really encouraging women to participate live and share the stories, what it is that how their lack of confidence is really showing up for them. The question that we're working through right now is, what price are you paying by really staying and allowing yourself to stay stuck in that low confidence, so to speak? Jill, my business could be much bigger, but I just play safe. Of course, yes. Sue, I'm losing out on getting business. I should be getting, and I don't put myself forward when I should. We're going to start moving to the next question now. And it's a very similar to the one that I just asked you, but it's going to upset you just a little bit more, right? Because that's the process of change. So don't hate me, okay? I'm just the coach. My next question for you is this. Who else is paying the price of you playing small? So the last question was, how are you paying the price? Which means that, you've been, Jill, you said that your business isn't, it should be much bigger than it is. But now we're going really personal. So let's start digging through some personal stories here. Price I pay, Isabella, price I pay is that I avoid difficult subjects, and by doing this, I am not true to myself. Absolutely. There you go, Sue. Sue said, oh, family, exactly. So who else is paying the price, right? For example, I will share a little bit of my own story as you type in your comments. There was a time that, as I was still in my full-time job, and some of you may not know that about me because you've only met me a few days ago when you signed up for this challenge, is that, I'm a single mom. And there was a time that I was already in business, but I was so scared of putting myself out there that I couldn't spend £5, on a cheap toy for my daughter. So for me, by keeping myself small and really, making a decision to not put myself out there, my daughter was really paying the price. It wasn't just me. Jill, children who would love to come to my workshops, if I ran more, are missing out. My grown-up sons must be fed up with me doubting myself. Isabella Dobrovolska, my clients. Isa, who are your clients? Share with us who are your clients. So, can you see what I'm doing here? This is getting really well. I don't know like you, but I'm really feeling the intensity of it, right? So it's not. This issue goes really, really, really far. So it starts with you saying, I haven't got the confidence, therefore I can't do X, Y, and Z, right? But when we focus just on, I'm not confident to do this, I'm not confident to do that, we forget about the price that we're paying for it. So we've said, about, what kind of, how you're missing out, but how else is it, that you paying the price? What else are you missing out on it? And that leads us to the next questions. I really want you to fast forward 12 months from today. So we are what? We're in June 2017. I don't know like you, but I remember that it was just January. Like that. I don't know like you. For me, it's flying by. So really ask yourself a question right now. Where will you be in 12 months' time if you don't start working, if you don't work on your confidence, if you don't start putting yourself out there? And again, how to build your online presence, we will be covering that in the later days of the week. There will be more teaching coming. Today is more of a workshop, more of a really us interacting with each other. And I'm loving that you guys are stepping out so much. The price is high with not being able to get income as expected. Exactly. So I want you to answer yourself one question. And this question is this. So as you are uncovering all of those, are you ready? Would you say that you have had enough pain? Because it looks like, as I said, it's nearly, we're saying, oh, okay, it's about my clients, it's about my business, it's about my family. So you can see how that issue of low confidence is really, really going deep. So my question for you is, have you had enough pain? Because it's only from that point of like, you know what? Enough is enough. I cannot move and go forward like this anymore. And so really ask yourself the question, have you had enough pain from not going and becoming the person who you need to become to get what you want? And you are all intelligent women, you know that in order for you to achieve something that you haven't been able to achieve right now, you will need to become someone else which is more confident and more willing to go and actually get yourself back in their game. Because unless you get yourself in the game, you're done, you're dead, you're not even playing the game. So here is how to really, so fed up of not having enough money as I haven't grown the business enough. I feel you. My question for you, Jill, is, have you had enough of that pain? Or in 12 months, do you still want to be sitting on somebody else's workshop and saying and watching and being entertained by another 7 days challenge that tells you how to get confident? Do you still want to be there? Or do you want to start changing? Yes. So I'm seeing some yeses that you do want to change. So we're going to go a little bit deeper again. And, we've only got a few minutes left. I'm not going to keep you for too long today. And I know I'm getting you really uncomfortable. And I bet that none of you actually expected after yesterday that I'm just going to be, dragging the answers out of you. Awesome. So here is how we're going to go even more deep with this. In order for us to start transforming the fears tomorrow, yes, pain is the trigger point to get more done. Absolutely. And that's why I'm asking, if you have enough pain, then you are ready to start changing. So we need to start uncovering a little bit more of your hidden beliefs when it comes to confidence. Because we sometimes say, oh, I'm scared of, all of what you guys said right now was from the negative point of view of like, I'm scared of failing, I'm scared of being judged, I'm scared of being laughed at, I'm scared of them saying that I'm not competent, that sort of stuff. But there is a more sophisticated fear under all of that no one really questions. It's much darker and it's much more powerful and it's much more deceitful than on the surface, I don't want to do that because I'm scared of failing. And a really good question to ask yourself would be this. Who am I afraid of becoming if I really go boldly after what I want? Who am I afraid of becoming if I really go boldly after what I want? So if you were to really embrace yourself and really become confident and make all of those phone calls and create all of this money, who could you potentially become? And what is coming up for you? Because this is the angle that not many people hit it from. And that's where the true darker stuff lies. So for example, if I were to ask you, if most of our women, if you are in a relationship, what will happen if you really stepped into your power, right? And your spouse, for example, do you think that your spouse would then say, oh my God, she's earning more money than me. Am I not man enough? What will happen if maybe your parents felt, I don't know, maybe not grown up anymore because they would feel like you don't need them anymore. What is it that's coming up for you? But go really deep with this and ask yourself, what are the negative things that you think about confident people? And what are you really scared that you would take on? Are you scared that people could judge you and say, she's arrogant? Would you say that maybe would you say that you would say that you're scared of maybe stepping on few toes because you will want to have your business done the way you want to have it? Let's hear it. Jill, I was really thinking about saying I was scared of public speaking, but I am not sure it is really that. I think it's more that I am afraid of being seen as a strong businesswoman. It's easier to be, oh, damn it, I can't see the rest of it. But yeah, Jill, this is exactly the direction I would need you to go through. Can you see how there are liars under the, potential of what we say that we think it is? Let me just refresh my page. Let me see if I can see the rest of it. All right. I can't, but that's okay. Hello, Claire Lovely. We are having quite an intense workshop if you want to join. Right, and so really ask yourself those questions, what are the negative traits that you're scared of adopting if you really become confident, right? Because that's the kind of little munchkin that is waiting to get there. So the next question is, who are you afraid of outshining, right, when you will shine your brightest light? So again, maybe look at your family history. Maybe you've always been the sibling. Maybe you are the younger sister, right? And your older sister has always been the one who's most successful, and she's always gone and done big things. So maybe subconsciously you are pushing yourself down and you're like, oh, I'm not that confident. But actually, it's not about confidence. The deeper belief under that is that what would be the dynamic between the two of you if you suddenly went and started earning twice as much, or if you suddenly got that book published, or if you suddenly got that public speaking gig that she never got? Yes, people tend to talk down on people that has a business. It's like they think like you live in a fantasy world. Okay, if that's what's coming up for you, then that's fine, okay? So we're only going to go for 5 more minutes or more, but again, I really want to kind of keep digging through it because it's not, you can really clearly see now about the stuff that's lying under the surface. And this is why I need you to be exploring. Now, my last question for you for today is that I wonder if any of you will come back tomorrow after what I'm about to say. But you know what? I lead from the heart. Like it or leave it. I'm not gonna hide. But I really want to end today with a strong question. And the question is this. It's not a question, really. It's kind of like an invitation for you to take a few minutes tonight. Take a few minutes tonight before you go to bed. I don't know wherever you are. I think most of you who are attending live, you are from the UK. People in the US tend to watch the replays. Take some time, and I would like to lovingly invite you to contemplate mortality. As in, like, you will die one day. I will. We all will. Why am I saying this? Because what we've done today is that we talked about that it's not just you being, so-called not confident, but it's essentially you are not fulfilling your potential. And I strongly believe that if there is a desire in you to go and do something, then that is the justification of why it should happen. Because otherwise, had it not been there, then you don't have to worry. But if there is a desire for a bigger, bolder life in you, then it is your duty to go after it, right? That's a completely different way of going about it. Because again, I've asked you where you're going to be in 12 months. But really take a few minutes tonight and look at the bigger picture. How are you going to be in 30 years' time, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years' time, when you're just about to go and you will look back? And there's been a great research that has been done on this. What people regret the most. And they never say about the things that they've done. It's always about the stuff that they stopped. They put the brakes on, right? They're like, oh, I want to do it, but they didn't do it because of different reasons. Really, really take some time to think about that. So I know I'm making you uncomfortable. I know that most of you have only just met me. Here is my style, by the way. I go deep. And it's only because I really want to genuinely help you. So before I let you go, what is your decision? Just type in the comments if you can really kind of give me that one last bit of effort for tonight. How was this date? How was this workshop for you today? How are you feeling right now? I know that we have uncovered a lot of uncomfortable things and we're not changing them yet because this is something that we will be doing tomorrow. But just tell me, how do you feel right now? Do you feel that maybe you discovered something that you didn't think that was the underlying, a core issue for you? Maybe it's something that you thought it was and it's not actually that. How are you feeling right now? How was the session for you? And before I let you go, are you ready to transform those beliefs and the lack of confidence and become who you need to become to go after what it is that you want to do? And I don't know if I can't see the comment or whether you guys is that you are not commenting and not coming up. So just tell me, how was the session for you today? What takeaways did you take? Surprised, but it's okay. I'm ready for change. Good. That's exactly what I need you to be feeling right now. And again, if you feel like you're a little bit like, what the heck has just happened? She really made me uncomfortable. Give yourself permission. Perfect, Paulina. Give yourself permission to go all of this. Take it easy. And make sure, there would have been a worksheet sent to you for day 2. Make sure that you go through that worksheet, you fill it in, okay? Because tomorrow what we'll be doing is that we will go back through that and then we'll start transforming those things for you. Now, before we go, I nearly forgot, Jesus Christ, I need to announce the session, the winner of the second free session with me. And if you just really bear with me 1 second, I need to use the randomizer. One second. So it's picked out number 5. Who's number 5? Who's number 5? Number 5 is Katarina. Oh my God, I should be good with surnames. Hauser or Hauser. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. I don't think, Katarina, that you're live, but I will tag you in the comment. And congratulations, you have won a 60-minute session with myself. And you can use this session on whatever topic that it is that you would like. You will be contacted shortly to get that arranged. Other than that, thank you so much, ladies. You have done a tremendous work. To complete the worksheet, really go and answer those questions. Because don't make this another challenge that you're just watching. Really, really take the stuff away from it. And tomorrow we will go deep, and again we will start transforming those things and really start getting you out there and visible and confident. So thank you so much for your attention. I really value your time. You go away now, and I will go away, and you have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. I'm going to switch it off now. Bye.